Man, oh man, who would have thought I actually was going to yap about Undead Unluck and not just make a reaction video like I did the past couple of months? To say that this video was a long time coming, it would be a massive understatement to say the damn least. I've truly been waiting to make a video like this to talk about Undead Unluck in detail, since all I've done is just make my reaction videos to Undead Unluck into every single arc and catching up to the series twice. So now I'm at a point in which I think I can confidently say that I was completely wrong about Undead Unluck in its entirety, and I'm gonna get into where I was wrong and how I was corrected by the series. So to, I guess, not waste any time, let's talk about why I wasn't much of a fan of Undead Unluck at the beginning, why I didn't think much of the series at the start. So to give context, I only read, I think it was either in 2022, I believe 2021, at that time frame, I read the first 15 chapters of Undead Unluck, and I'm going to be completely honest, I was not moved. Now, there is the conversation in regards to the first chapter slash first episode where Andy gets very touchy with Fuko a lot, and that being a turnoff for a lot of people. For me, I can say that that was not necessarily what turned me off, since fan service, I will say without shame, I love fan service, but to me, it wasn't really the quote-unquote fan service that Undead Unluck gave at the beginning with Andy and Fuko. To me, I just simply didn't feel like the series was trying to do anything as original, which, believe it or not, is how I felt at the time, which, looking back, I couldn't feel more stupid in thinking in the first place, but that's how I truly felt. And the fight with Gina at the beginning of the series just was not it. It just did not leave a good impression. It was very all over the place. I appreciated the emotional moment at the end of the fight, but I was just simply not moved by it. I just didn't feel much of it and just didn't have much of an impression to keep going. I did quote unquote keep going, but it wasn't until before the whole Andy Victor dynamic where I just simply stopped. I didn't even reach that point. I stopped right before it. So truly, the series didn't give much of an impression for me to keep going, and I just wrote it off as a very okay series that just didn't really appeal much to me, which I couldn't regret more. I couldn't possibly regret that more with hindsight, but that's how it was. So what was the catalyst? How I came into giving the series a second chance? Well, basically, I remember watching Roger's Base, one of his manga of the year streams. He doesn't do it anymore because the toxicity just has gone to a point where he just kind of stopped him from continuing doing those, which I definitely get. Any manga fans are just incapable of understanding that people have different opinions. But nonetheless, in a year where Berserk, after Kentaro Miura, may he rest in peace, passed away, his best friend and Studio Gaga picked Berserk up and continued it in 2022, where Togashi came back finally after God knows how many years, finally dropped a new chapter, or sorry, 10 of them. Chainsaw Man Part 2 finally arrived, Jujutsu Kaisen still going absolutely insane, and One Punch Man had one of the most insane arcs I've ever read in manga. And you're going to tell me that a series that I only read 15 chapters of is the best manga of that year? How could I possibly not look at that and go, maybe I missed something, maybe I was harsh, maybe I don't know what I read anymore? How is that even possible? That very curiosity kept bubbling and bubbling inside of my head for so long, until finally 10 months ago I sat down, hopped on a live stream and said, let me give Undead Unluck a second chance. let me see what I missed. Let me see if truly this series is something special. And ever since that live stream, I realized I truly was wrong. I was wrong. I was so wrong. I could not believe myself. I remember after that stream making a tweet saying, I am sorry to Undead Unluck. This is peak fiction or something along those lines, and getting 100 likes, which is for a small Twitter account slash content creator account, I guess, for me, like that is one of the most liked tweets I've ever gotten, and the support was nuts. And I just simply kept that going, and I just could not stop, man. I didn't think I was going to reach to where it's at right now. Twice. I caught up to the series twice, and I truly was wrong. I love everything about this series. I love everything. I love the characters. I love the concepts. I love the power system, if you want to call it that. I love the themes. I love the arcs. I love the villains. I love everything about this series. I fucking love it. I regret ever thinking this series did not appeal to me. I couldn't have been more wrong, even if I fucking tried. And truthfully, I've never been more happy to be this wrong about something. I've never been so happy to have been wrong about a story. This story ended up being one of my favorite manga of all time. Fuko as a protagonist, a female protagonist at that, in shonen has become my favorite female character, I think, in the medium. I have never felt so happy seeing the growth of Fuko from the beginning of the series, where she was just a weak little girl who didn't know what was going on around her, to this confident individual out here leading so many powerful individuals into killing godly beings, quite literally. I have never been so happy to be wrong. I've never been so happy to say I was wrong about a story like this. And so this is why this video is basically a public apology to Undead Unluck. This is an apology to the series for ever even attempting to doubting this thing. I am speechless at how this series proved me wrong, and it truly has shown me that sometimes it's better to be wrong about a particular story. It's better to give a story that you didn't love originally a second chance. You never know what series out there that you may have thought that it wasn't good enough end up being one of your favorite things ever. You never know, because that's exactly what happened to me with this series. And I also gotta thank every single person that has been with me on the journey as I was reading through Undead Unluck and making the reaction videos, and the support that I was given in that time. Truly, I was not at a very good place at the time mentally. I was going through a lot, and there was a point in which the only thing I was doing was these reactions, and every person consistently watched them, cared enough about them, commented and whatnot, and showed support. And to every single one of you, I thank you from the bottom of my heart and soul. I truly appreciate, like I said at one of my previous streams, I truly appreciate that people cared anywhere near to the point in which I didn't think it was going to happen, but people cared so much about my opinion to the point in which people not only wanted me to continue reacting to Undead Unluck after I caught up at that stream, but also to even react to other stuff as well, which is why at some point I am going to maybe react to Gachiakura, since that is another story similar to Undead Unluck, which I read like 10 chapters of weekly that I wasn't really feeling, and I dropped, and now people say that this is amazing, and now Gachiakura now has an anime on its way at some point. So maybe I might do that too as well, and maybe give it a shot and also end up enjoying it as much as Undead Unluck. Who knows? But ultimately, everything about this series that is Undead Unluck, its arcs, its moments, just the development between Andy and Fuko, especially Fuko, the concepts with each arc of the series. This series never feels stale. It never feels like it's copying from itself. It just goes nuts to the wall every single time without failure. Just, this is what I wanted from a shonen story in so long, and to see that a story like Undead Unluck was right under my nose this whole time makes me feel stupid for not seeing it sooner, but ultimately it's better to be late than never doing it again. And so here I am to say I was wrong about Undead Unluck, and I am sorry. This truly was peak fiction. If you are someone who has never read Undead Unluck, I instruct you to do so immediately. I don't think you will regret it. By the time you catch up to the series, you're going to feel the exact same way as me. So definitely go ahead and do that. That's really all I got for this video. I just wanted to, I guess, let this be somewhat of a therapy session and be a lesson, not just for the sake of Undead Unluck, but any manga out there in general. Doesn't mean that you will forever not going to enjoy that thing. You should give things a second chance with a different perspective, with a different mindset, because you never know if a story that you once didn't enjoy ends up becoming a story that you end up appreciating more and inspiring you to do many other things in the future. So with that being said, that was my experience with Undead Unluck as a story overall these past couple of years, I guess. If you want to give me your experience with Undead Unluck, whether you enjoyed it at first or didn't, leave it in the comment section down below. I'm very curious to see what you guys think, and how was your experience. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate liking and subscribing to the channel. I would greatly appreciate that. And with that, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day wherever you are. See you guys next time.